Hi friends, and welcome to my channel, The House of Jen. Today I am going to show you a tour of my bathroom and how a few intentional updates can make a huge difference. I hope this gives you some fun ideas. I would love for you to subscribe, and let's jump on in. Hey friends, I wanted you to tour my bathroom, our guest bathroom, and it is a work in progress. Okay, before I show you, because it is not perfect, but it's not about perfection. It's about vision and progress. Say that with me. Vision and progress. Yes, I know. There's so many things I can see wrong with it, but we are going to look at the things that I see right with it. And first of all, before we go in here, I want to show you the little handle that we added. This is like a long gold handle. And for me, doors are so important. There are so many other doors that I need to work on, but I love knobs. My husband always jokes with me. He says, "You're a knob," because I love knobs so much. But modern Parisian, modern French is kind of the vibe, kind of glam, modern French. And so always like kind of choose your aesthetic before, and kind of like a few keywords. And I found that super helpful. But anyway, you guys, come on. I want to show you what's in here. Okay. So, all right. So we're going to turn on the lights here. I love these light fixtures. These were replaced. I love the little Edison bulbs. I really need to put some glass cleaner on them, but I love that we have black, gold, and white. And really that was kind of the cohesive feel that I wanted to repeat. These mirrors, I believe, were like HomeGoods dupes, because to me, this looks very high end with the little vinery. And I was very fortunate that they had two of them here. And they are super, super lovely. I've got to show you, we have the black and gold faucet. It's all about the little details. Whenever you are designing and you don't know what you're doing, just repeat the details throughout. And it really, really makes a huge difference. Okay, so let's pause and talk about the countertops. Okay, so my husband, he did the epoxy on here. And really the vision was to create kind of like this riverish kind of gray marble. We wanted like a river flow and movement. And I just love that it has this kind of unique large veining, but the veining is primarily through the center, and it kind of splashes down on the sink area over here. And it just makes a big difference overall. And I really, really love it. Also, even if you don't do something huge, if you just swap out little things like the bathroom towel and the little towel holder, it really makes a difference. So again, I have the black and gold towel holder, which kind of echoes the black and gold that we have here. And just little things. Speaking of towels, I love layering. So I doubled this tray. I have this little silver tray and the little gold tray. And sometimes when you layer, and then I just have a little white towel instead of the paper towels. And I just feel like this little finger towel just gives it makes it a little more hotel-esque, a little more special, and a little more spa-like. I love, everyone that knows me knows that I love flowers, and I just love realistic. These are quite realistic. I think they are like faux long-stemmed dahlias, and so I just put 3 in here whimsically. This large vase that we have in between the mirrors, I picked up at I think it was an estate sale, a moving sale, something like that years ago. But I was really drawn to it. So really, if you're really, really drawn to something and it excites you and you don't know exactly how you're going to use it, just pick it up, because that means you love it and it's part of your vibe, okay? And then over here, I have, for our toilet paper holder, I have I've used this for flowers before, but doesn't it look like a little miniature bathtub? And I love mixing in creams to give it kind of a richness and warmth and anchoring when I'm decorating with white and black, so everything is not super sterile. And then to echo in the cream, we have our lovely little lady over here, which I added a nice little beaded necklace, nothing fancy. And I put this little light fixture here to give it kind of this modern French twist. And these, instead of, are just the little LED twinkly candle lights. And then I was gifted this very gorgeous whimsical vase, which is also cream and has this kind of damask pattern that just makes it a little elegant, a little more fancy, a little more glam. And I just love it. And then the curtains, okay, I really kind of went off the rails on this one. Okay, so I love this curtain, first of all, because of the detail up here. We have the little ties, and it just gives it that kind of almost that old kind of vibe that just mixes the old and the new. And instead of having a cafe curtain where it just curtails and stops right here, we're going with that river look. And I just let it all be flowy and all the way over here because it's not a controlled, I don't like things that are controlled or contained. I like things to be flowy and expressive. And this is what we achieve with the curtains. So I really love that. And then I have just a little white vase. It's a tall, slender one with some little fake herbs, and a botanical framed white picture against the wall. I really, you know, sometimes I can be a little cluttery, and so it would be fine just with the picture. But I did add, to echo in the gold, this is functional storage. I love functional storage. And this is, I believe this was a Pottery Barn, an old Pottery Barn container. It is Pottery Barn. And then you can always, it's empty right now, but you can use it to add in Q-tips or cotton balls or extra bar soaps, whatever. But it does kind of anchor in the colors throughout, which I think is really fun. And then this is a little bud vase, which I think bud vases are really elegant in Parisian. And we have the cute little lady echoed here too on the bud vase. And this one smells so good. It's actually from my garden, and I've clipped a new one today, and I put it out here. And I actually put it on this little alabaster plate, which was a clearance find that I found when I was shopping. I can link that video below if you are interested in how great of a deal I found. Another thing, when you're updating bathrooms, simply updating the toilet seat. Oh my goodness. Let's not forget about a toilet seat. A toilet seat can like make or break your bathroom, okay? Because we got the cheap toilet seat before and I regretted it immediately. I was like, oh, what's the difference with a toilet seat? It does matter. So get the better toilet seat. It'll last longer. It'll look a little more polished. And so much something that we take for granted, toilet seats, right? I know it's, ladies, I know it's not the most fun thing to buy, but it's functional. Okay. And then I did a double curtain here, which I think is super fun. And the double shower curtain with the little pinchy hangers. These are old Pottery Barn satin kind of curtains, but I like that they are the exact kind of wheat gold, which is very modern Parisian. And I just love, love, love it. I think it's super fun. And, you know, at times I have even gathered these and put like ribbons around them, like at Christmas time and different times. But I just really feel that it really makes a big, big difference. Okay, and I also added these pictures up here, which again, we have the black, the gold, and the white tie-in for the curtains. And it just, 2 trees, I think it's so simple. I believe these were like Target Threshold brand. And it just makes such a statement. It draws the eyes up and it ties everything together. Another swap that we did that made a huge difference was just swapping out these handles for gold ones, and also remember to swap out your hinges as well, because it really does make a big difference. And you can usually get packs of these like on, you know, online or at a retail store if you'd like that better. I think we got ours on Amazon, and I just really love the touch of gold, and I feel like it just adds a lot of elegance. We also, I had painted these cabinets. They were originally like an oak finish, and instead I wanted more of like this kind of, it's almost like a peacock blue, kind of a turquoise kind of blue. And at the time, it was actually the paint I had gotten was in the oops section at the Home Depot. So these were really, really economical. What a wonderful budget swap. They probably could use a refresh, but I am really happy with how the overall look turned out. So another fun thing that you want to do is swap out seasonally your soap containers. This one has the little hobnob nail, and it's just a bright blue, which is just cheerful, and blue is really trending. And then I took this cut glass in the corner over here. I just put this in the corner, it's like a cut glass vase. And then I just put a little succulent in here because I like bringing the outdoors inside. And I think it's just really fun and pretty. So anyway, again, we are a work in progress here, but I hope this inspires you. First, think of, I would say 1 to 3 words. Mine was like modern French glam or Parisian. And, you know, you just want to kind of visualize your whole aesthetic, you know. And then once you do that, layer by layer as you're shopping, just add them in and make it fun. It just becomes part of something bigger, and we really should enjoy our spaces. And I want you to enjoy your space and really just to be mindful and just have fun with it. But yes, I hope this gave you some fun ideas, and I want to see pictures of your bathroom. So comment below, what are you doing? What are the little updates that you're doing that just make a big difference? Okay, friends. So my husband and I like shopping at the Home Depot because it's just a good go-to store, and we find so much there. But do you ever walk into a store and then when you come back, you like end up buying something else entirely? Well, that happens to us all the time. So we went in just to get a few like odds and ends, like light switch cover, little canister light. And I was like, oh my goodness, honey, look at the like chandeliers and everything. These are like on clearance and they are gorgeous. And of course I was like, where are we going to put it? Where are we going to put it? But then I thought, you know, our little breakfast area, we have this gold kind of like almost fancy, and it goes with the modern French style, but I wanted something a little more clean line, a little more modern. And that space is not a very large space. It's sufficient if you just want to put a seat and stools or whatever, but it's not huge. And I felt like it was just kind of out of place. You'll see what I mean. It worked, but we found this gorgeous light fixture, and oh my goodness, it was on clearance for like $28. Like what? And it's really nice. And it was normally like a whole lot more than that, but it's glass, and it's got like, it's not just a plain glass, it's got like shape to it. And it's quite lovely, and I like the elegant, simple look to it. So my husband's gonna hang that for me because he's a sweetie and he knows how to do that. But of course, if you don't have someone who 100% knows what they're doing, you know, hire an electrician or somebody to do it. But anyway, well, let me show you what we got. So here you can see my husband is taking down the chandelier. Now this chandelier is really beautiful. I love it. I love it. It just has the jewels and all that. And then something happened, and this is what happens in fashion and interior design. You love it until you don't, at least for this space. I may relocate it in a bathroom or somewhere else, but if you can see this little area, it just is too busy. It's too blingy for this little area, and I'm wanting more of a muted kind of upscale, higher end fixture. Now, be sure again to get an electrician to unwire and wire your fixture. My husband just knows how to do this and has done this before. So anyway, I can't wait to show you the new light fixture. It is really beautiful. Does anyone else feel like a kid on Christmas morning when you are unboxing? I love unboxing. Okay, so here is the new chandelier. My husband found this one. Actually, I saw this in another one, and there were two we were trying to decide between, and he goes, he just had the gut feeling this one is a better fit. And lo and behold, he is right. Don't you hate admitting that as a spouse? Oh, but he is. The space, the other one would have been much too big, and this one was just the right style, the right size, the right everything for the space. And sometimes you just have to visualize it and lean into the pause before you make the purchase. This is where it gets exciting. I just love the minimal kind of elegance that it brings to the space. And the two mirrors on either side, it looks quite lovely, and I am getting excited. Yay! Turning on the light, and it works. It is a bit dusty, so I need to get my glass cleaner out and give it a good scrub down. Yay! This looks so much better. I did find that you have to hold the bottom of the globe so it doesn't spin while you're cleaning it, but so much better. I love how it turned out. Now to clean the rest of the house. I hope this video gave you some inspiration and fun ideas, and thanks for joining. Till next time.